ready to level up your author career? Join us at Author Nation in Las Vegas, November 11th through the 15th. Network with your fellow indie authors, learn from industry experts, and discover the tools to boost your writing business. Reserve your spot today at authornation.live. See you in Vegas.
Hey everyone, welcome back. Ready for another deep dive?
Absolutely. Always excited to see where we go next.
Well, today we're taking a look at the world of indie authors, specifically how they deal with the big L word.
The L word. Don't leave us hanging.
Loneliness. It's something we can all relate to, right? But it's something that indie authors often deal with, being cooped up, working on their manuscripts.
Yeah, makes sense. Creating anything, even in a room full of people, can feel pretty solitary sometimes.
Totally. And you'd think in the age of social media and all that, it wouldn't be such a big deal. But we found this article, really fascinating stuff about how indie authors are finding connection. And honestly, some of their strategies are pretty inspiring.
Right. I'm intrigued. Let's hear it. What kind of strategies are we talking about?
Well, for starters, it's not just about networking, which is what I always assumed. It's really about mental and emotional well-being, which is something we talk about a lot on this show. This author, Elaine Bateman, she was talking about how she uses Zoom writing sprints.
Zoom writing sprints. That sounds intense, like group therapy, but for writing.
Right. I don't know if I could handle that kind of pressure. She also mentioned setting up shop in cafes to write, which I kind of get, the buzz of activity, but Zoom sprints, that's a whole other level. What about you? Could you handle a writing sprint?
I've actually tried something similar. Not exactly a sprint, but I used to co-work with some other writers. We'd rent a space and just, be in the same room working on our own projects. It was surprisingly effective. I think just having that shared energy, even if you're not directly collaborating, can do wonders for your focus.
Makes sense, right? That sense of accountability, like you're all in it together, even if you're working on totally different things. I guess it's the same principle behind study groups, right?
Absolutely. And the article really dug into that, the whole idea of shared experience as a way to combat isolation. Whether it's online or in person, having that support network, people who understand the unique challenges of being a writer, it's invaluable.
Okay, get this. The article also mentioned these burning parties. And no, we're not talking about manuscripts, though that would be dramatic.
Burning parties. Now I'm really lost.
They burn their rejection letters.
Wow. Okay, now that's an image.
Right. I mean, talk about cathartic. This author, Elisa Snyder, she and her writer friends, they get together and literally torch their creative roadblocks.
That's actually brilliant. It's like a ritualistic way of letting go of the negativity, the self-doubt. We all face rejection, especially in creative fields. It's so easy to let those no's pile up and weigh you down. But to physically bend them, there's something so powerful about that.
Right. It's like saying, you don't define me. And it makes me think about how we all have those moments, those creative blocks, where we feel stuck. Maybe we don't need a bonfire. But finding healthy ways to acknowledge and then move past those roadblocks is so key.
Couldn't agree more. Sometimes it's about finding that outlet, that symbolic act that helps you reset and refocus.
And sometimes it's about something way simpler.
Oh, like what?
This author, Jim Slater, he talked about how important it is to have a supportive partner or family member, even a pet. Someone to, be there when you're feeling down, to celebrate the victories, big or small.
That's so crucial, having that strong support system. Someone who understands the creative process, the ups and downs. They don't need to be writers themselves, but they need to get it.
Totally. It's like having a soft place to land when things get rough.
Exactly. And sometimes that's all it takes to get you through those tough moments and come out stronger on the other side.
So we've got Zoom sprints, rejection bonfires, furry writing companions. It seems like there's no one-size-fits-all solution. What's your take on that?
I think it speaks to the diversity of human experience, right? What works for one person might not work for another. The important thing is to find what works for you, what helps you feel connected and supported on your creative journey. And to remember that even though writing can be solitary, you don't have to go it alone.
I love that. So for all our listeners out there, whether you're writers, artists, entrepreneurs, or just navigating the ups and downs of life, what's your go-to way to stay connected? And what's one small step you can take this week to nurture those connections? That's all the time we have for today's deep dive. But remember, like we always say, knowledge is best shared. So tell us about your connection strategies, share this episode with a friend who might need it. Until next time, stay curious, friends.